it was very difficult. Well, I started practicing in 1974 and in government, central government department, and it was so sexist. And the various offices I worked in, in some offices, I was the only woman who actually managed to get any field work. Others weren't allowed out of the office, they were administrative, or if they were qualified in some profession that meant they should be out doing field work, they weren't allowed out. So the whole sexism thing was a terrible battle to start with. You know, and I had gangs of guys to implement projects that refused to work for a woman. You know, it was tough, but we got through all that and got that sorted. But and then I got a suffrage medal, centennial suffrage, so that was nice. Early on, I was criticised for encouraging the use of native plants. I was criticised by the profession, and now it's a norm. So early on, I developed methods for assessing landscapes that weren't just the superficial visual stuff. And now it's best practice, you know, what developed all those decades ago. So I'm proud of all those things. Lots of and recognition that landscape planning is design at a big scale, and it's under-recognised by current young landscape architects, sadly. But it's really important, the broad-scale landscape planning that is the big picture design. You know, where should a town start and stop? What is the big changes in our landscapes that should occur? The big picture stuff, so important for New Zealand. We're such a special country, and you know, we've got a duty as a profession, and so I've worked hard on all that stuff. One thing that I've been proud of too is I've taken the marine, recognised, as with tangata whenua, the land just goes beneath the sea, beneath the ocean, and I've worked quite a bit now in marine landscapes, and that's an area I think that the profession should be addressing better. I once again get annoyed when people just look at the view and see the surface of the water and don't address the life within, or the character within the reefs. And, you know, we've always declined a brief if it's inappropriate. If the client wants something you don't think is appropriate for the landscape, or the staff, administrators or planners or whatever, that want things that are inappropriate for the landscape, you have to decline the brief. And I don't think enough of that happens. And I've, right from the first year of my practice, we've declined projects, and I've never been short of work. So, yeah, just landscape architects being a bit more assertive about what's important, and not being these wimpy little things that do some bloody, landscaping thing, some little planting plan. I would like the NZILA to once again be more involved in the landscape rather than just looking after the profession. It used to be that the Landscape Institute was involved in influencing the landscape, and I can think about the role of the Institute with the time of the drafting of the RMA, and I'm so pleased that we got in there landscape in the RMA. We're in part 2, right up there in the purpose and principles of the Act, and we're also in the schedule of what needs to be assessed. So landscape's in there, and that's because of the profession getting together and influencing that. Now, the landscape profession needs to again be more active in that, and not just sort of looking after themselves. Yeah.